I'm grateful. I've been trying to get on here for 5 years.
Listen, don't believe this one.
5 years. Bio, can you show them the email? You've been sending emails to you, 5,000 emails.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Moelogo, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Mate, we've had the realest off-camera conversations that will remain that way, man.
Yes.
Talk to me about. So, wait, culturally, where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria. I'm Yoruba. I came here when I was 10 years old. Yes. They shipped me here. You know, normally they will ship you back, but they shipped me here.
So what part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Lagos, but I was born in Ondo State.
What was it like growing up in Nigeria for you?
It was, to be honest, it was good for me. Like, obviously my family were there and the culture was there, so it was a good atmosphere. You know, I feel like, there's nothing else I can say about it. It's a good, obviously it's cultural and there's different tribes, you learn a lot of different things, the language is nice. So yeah, man, it was a good feeling. And
I guess also gives you a bit of a backbone.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not just an Oyibo boy who was...
Yeah. No, me, I'm fully Nigerian. I'm just here by default. Like, they just, fortunate for me that my mom was here. And obviously she wanted to see me. Because obviously she was schooling in Cyprus and then she came to the UK and she was working. Obviously she acquired a house here and then she wanted to see her son and she made it happen.
So when you come from Nigeria to the UK, those times you would be seen as a fresh boy, isn't it?
I was not that I was seen. I was a freshie. Like, I was a freshie, but I'm really good at adapting. I'm really good at observing new things and trying to, like, kind of see how I can adapt to it. You know, so when I was here, I went to obviously primary school, I went to secondary school, so like they were speaking differently because obviously I was speaking English as well. But the English, you can tell that it was different. You know, so I was just learning and trying to see how I can adapt to how they speak it and everything. So it was hard though, but I got there.
Did you ever get those, like, were you ever singled out because of the way that you...
Yeah, definitely.
How
I was called names, man.
Really?
I was called names, called a boo-boo. I was called, you know, like...
Yeah, that.
Yeah, those, but yeah, we'll go through that, man. But it was, I feel like everything you go through is for a reason. You know, there wasn't, I wouldn't say they were like kind of bullying. It was more like...
It was ignorance.
Yeah, they didn't really know. You know, obviously, but when they got to know me and it was different, you know.
Yeah. So you go through school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Education's probably been drilled into your head.
Yeah, definitely.
It was, right?
Yeah, I went to college. Fortunately, I didn't go to university because I just felt like after I finished college, it wasn't for me. You know, like, not that I stopped learning, but I just wanted to focus on music and my talent. You know, I told my mom, like, yo, mom, I won't lie to you, man. I don't want to go to uni and then go and just waste like 3 or 4 years of my time doing something that I don't love. You know, let me just do something that I love. And it was a tough one because she didn't want that. She wanted me to go to university and learn, keep learning.
What did she want you to be?
Huh?
Was it the typical doctor?
I was studying electrical engineering at that time.
Okay.
But I was always about music, you know. So I told her, mom, let me just try this thing and keep a good, like, open mind to it and I'll make something happen. And that was the deal, like, if you don't make something happen in 2 years, like, make it make sense, then you have to go back to education. So it's like, during that time, I was just everywhere. I was trying to, like, learn how to record, learn how to mix and master, just connect myself, shows and those things. So, but it was my passion, so I didn't have no doubt that I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But, you know, African parents, you know, it's like, you want to be a musician, you want to be singing, entertaining people.
Was it more pressure, like, because you know stereotypically, culturally, that lawyer, doctor, engineering, accountant, and then you're now like saying, actually, I'm going another way. Like, did you ever have like the uncles and aunties saying, what's this boy doing? Is he, do you have to pray for him?
Yeah, they did, but that's because I feel like most of them don't understand it. Cause remember when they were young, it was different thing, but obviously it's like with my age group that we are a bit edgy, like we want to do what we want to do. You know, so it's like, it's either you support us with it, and if you don't support us, we're still gonna carry on and doing what we're doing and make it happen, and show you that look, I'm doing it, you know, and that's what it was for me anyway.
So what was the first year like? So you have 2 years,
Bro.
How difficult
the first year was harder for me because people were not that receptive. Does that make receptive, innit? Yes, they were like, it was weird because when you believe in yourself or your talent and you know you can give something, and then people are not like, go away, who are you? Obviously you don't have a name, you know, and I didn't understand it then, but now I understand obviously why I was turned down. But me being turned down made me want it more as well, to prove that, yo, I can do these things. So the first year was really hard because nobody wanted to like kind of give me a listen or a break. I just kept going, and then the second year, that's when I met Bio's Music and Edgy P, just my old manager, and that was it. From there, it just, yeah, it was different.
So when you say you understand why you were getting turned down, what was the reason then?
I think people don't turn you down because it's like they want to see what can you do by yourself. Like, why am I going to give you my platform? Why am I going to just bring you? You can do that. You can.
Are you talking about, no, sorry, not to cut. Are you talking about artists? Are you talking about websites? Are you talking about industry?
I'm talking about artist industry.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to say. Obviously, people that my family and friends, they heard me sing. They're okay, yo, keep doing your thing. But obviously, the same artists, I felt like, oh, if I did work with or they put me under their wing, I would learn from them and also progress. But yeah, I feel like people, it's not that they don't want to, but they want to see what can you do on your own first before I give you like a nudge and kind of lift you, and you know what I mean. And I feel like it's really, really important that you find your lane and at least do something, like even if it's 10% of, let someone see that okay, you're hardworking, and from there it's different.
So Bio Music. So is that how the gigs situation came about then?
Yeah, man. Okay. Bio's Music. I remember that day. JD, I think he was going somewhere. I don't know where he was going. And I stopped him and said, yo, bro, listen, man's got this, man. I got it. He said, got what? This man can sing, bro. Like, I can sing. Like, trust me. Like them man they are doing in Africa, I think I can do it from the UK. He said, okay, let's see. So he gave me his number. I called him, but not knowing that we both knew the same person that he was working with at that time. So I was disturbing Edgy every day on Twitter, every single day, like asking him, like, bro, listen, I'm ready. Please let me come to, because obviously I knew he works with gigs and that, and he's popular in the UK scene and everything. And then I think it was the next day, right? We spoke and went to the studio. They sent me something to write to, and went to the studio, and that was it. From there, the energy was right. Like, was all brothers, and obviously we're Africans, and we had a plan that, you know, we're gonna create something, we're gonna build this brand and make you a name, and that was it.
Song bangs. So
yeah, because they didn't need to like kind of, you know, put me on, but they did. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they believed that, you know, they put the energy and everything into what I believed in.
Were you nervous in a studio session?
Never, because I was always like.
You've been waiting for this, right?
Yeah, man. I've always been confident in myself. You know what I mean? Before I wasn't stage fright. I had like, before I go on stage, I'll be scratching my head kind of thing, because it's not that I don't believe in myself, because I was like, whoa, I'm actually doing this. But yeah, man, music has always been something that I've always wanted to do, man. Yeah, definitely.
So when you get to that stage then, but then there's obviously a portion where you're out there, your face is out there.
Yeah.
People may think, okay, now are you millionaire overnight? You know, the money doesn't come as quick as the visual recognition. How was that? Were you working 9 to 5? How were you like maintaining yourself at that point? I wasn't working 9 to 5, and I still don't do it. You know, I've always been doing music. Music is my job, is my passion, is everything that I believe in. You know, obviously before I met Bios and that, I was working. I've only had 2 jobs in my life, 2, and it was weird for me, because. Do you mind, what were you doing, if you want to speak? If you don't want to
speak. Oh yeah, I was working at, first I was working at Blue Ink in Peckham. You know when they had Blue Ink? Nice.
Clothing, is that the clothing?
Yeah, nice. They changed the cluster now.
Yeah.
But I was working there. I was there for like, I think 2 to 3 months. I was working there.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was like a part-time thing, so they couldn't renew it. So, I had to look for another one. Then I was working at Westfield, Square Pie. Yeah, I was making pie. I was making pie, like, that's the first time I knew how to make, what's that thing called? Mushy peas and...
Oh, wow.
You know when you, the pie...
Yeah. Potato, was it mashed potato? No. It's the Oyibo thing.
Yeah, that you both in gravy and those things. You know what I mean? So like every time, like people from the hood, like because make sure you bring it. So I always like cap all my like different boxes, like. But it was good because it was different. I was still doing music then, and I was working. But I just said to myself, I need to focus on just the music, and that was part time as well. Stopped working there, and then it was just music since then. You know, but a lot of people like. Will tell you it's hard not working and not getting constant money. Like it is hard, but because I'm so strong, like I'm so strong-minded, it does get me to me. Don't get me wrong, because there'll be times like, yo, man, like, man, I wish I could just open my account and see this amount of money, but that's life, man. You have to just keep going and keep working. Sometimes I break down as well, but. Every time I do break down, I speak to buyers, I speak to like my family, and I just look at where I was coming from and where I am now and where I'm going. I just say to myself, you know what? I need to keep going. Like there's better days ahead, and I'm grateful, man.
You tweeted something yesterday. Was it today? Yesterday. Depression, right?
Yeah.
About depression, and because I remember seeing that randomly, I was just on my timeline, and I definitely understand. The portion of like sometimes you just need to. There is always going to be a breakdown. There's the music. Your talent is not in question. Economically, things take time.
Yeah.
But then there's also just like everyone just thinks you're fine, and it's like, do you really know how I'm feeling? How have you dealt with any like, I won't say depression or anxiety issues?
Oh no, it is depression.
What are the circumstances that bring it out, and how do you manage it?
Things that bring it out is. Being the eldest son, and
that's pressure in itself culturally.
Yeah, culturally, and obviously, she wants your help. Cause obviously, single parent, and she needs help, and you can't be there for her. And sometimes she's frustrated as well, and then she takes that frustration on you, and then it's like. Not only that, you have young brothers looking up to you as well, family members, and just yourself as well. It's like. Sometimes when those things hit me, it's like I question myself. Like, wait, am I doing something right? You know what I mean? Like the other day I called Bayo. I was like, yo, Bayo. I was like, I'll pop up something like, I'm confused. Like, I didn't understand that my music is good. Like, but what am I doing wrong? I was questioning myself. Not that I don't believe in myself, but we're human beings, And Bayo was like, bro, like. Stop questioning yourself. It takes time. You just have to look at what you're not doing right, and be in the right kind of circle or doing the right things. And like obviously, I needed to speak to him and speak to other people to understand that. And then other people said, you know what? I spoke to my mom about it, and she said, just go watch your performance at the Moelogo'S, and then that should give you your answer, like why. You should not think that way. And when I watched that, it kicked me back into like where I should be thinking. Like when I watched that, I was like, do you know what? Nah, okay. Do you know what? Maybe I was too emotional. It's only right that I am.
You're human though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it made me realize that I'm blessed, man. Yeah. Maybe the financial side is a struggle, but I'm still blessed to be doing what I'm doing. Because a lot of people would love to be in my position. Absolutely. Not trying to be arrogant or anything, but I'm blessed to be where I am and to be recognised around the world.
Do you know what? And why I say I can relate to it, because I used to work in finance as an accountant, and I just said, like, obviously I've done uni, I satisfied my cultural obligations, and I decided, let me try and do something before I get married, before I have certain commitments. And what you said almost like sometimes it's like, you may want to help the family, because they're at an age now where it's like, oh yeah, you're their pension fund.
Yeah.
And if you don't have, you're like, oh wait, you know, it's not worth the stress. Like, I don't need the stress just to pursue a passion. So I definitely can relate to that.
And I also think the depression thing, not only just financial stuff, it could be something that's troubling you. And I feel like not just even artists, it's human beings. Like we need people to talk to. And I feel like my generation, because my generation don't understand what it is to be a listener. Like listen to people.
Without
Not necessarily mean like if I come and speak to you about my issues, I don't want a solution. I don't want a solution from you. I just want someone to speak to that understand that. You may not even understand it, but at least listen to what I have to say. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like my generation don't have that. And that's where most of us go wrong. You have people killing themselves because they're depressed or they have no one to talk to them or listen to them. So I feel like it's hard obviously because you can't help everyone. But I feel like if you have a friend or you see someone that's going through signs of depression, just reach out and help them. You don't have to know them to help them. You know?
I think it does show its face a lot in especially in the arts.
That's why with me, like best way to take my mind out of it is that I tweet a lot. That's my way to connect with people. You know what I mean? I tweet a lot. Like I love tweeting. I love interacting with people. I love speaking with people. And sometimes I stop thinking about depression when like I actually listen to other people's
feedback.
No, other people's pain. Because I tell people, yo, you can DM me, tell me what's going on in your life. So when I'm listening to them, I don't think about my own depression. I try to like understand, and through that, I look at myself like, yo, this person's going through so much madness than what I'm going through. Like, and through that, I'm just grateful that I always thank God, like, yo, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm here thinking this and that and this, but this person's going through a madness, you know, and I feel like, most of them kind of appreciate me because I do listen. I try to like listen anyway. So I think it's really important that we do that. Because what I try to show them is that even though I'm an artist, I am the same as you. Absolutely. I'm nothing different. The only difference is that I'm on stage. I'm singing at different platforms or this and that, but I'm a normal human being, you know? And that's it.
You don't have to talk about this part, but you went over to Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Were you Ireland?
Yeah.
What, because, and again, this doesn't have to be into it. I didn't really understand what happened. I knew you went over there.
In Ireland?
Well, did you sign a deal?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Not Island Records.
Sorry. Oh, I thought you said Ireland, dude. I forget.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, so you went over to Ireland, right?
I went over, they called us.
Okay, they called. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so for the sake of those who I want to understand how the music industry works, right?
Yeah.
How did that initial situation transpire?
This was when the baddest came through.
Yeah.
You know, they were calling Bio and Edgy, the A&R anyway. Like, yo, let's get in, let's test tour, let's, sign this and that. And obviously, both teams were speaking, and then we did the deal, and obviously, things didn't really go how both parties didn't, how we wanted to go. And we just went our separate ways, and that's it, really and truly. But through that, we learned a lot as well, and how to be independent, how to just keep doing what we're doing. And that was it. It wasn't a sour situation, anything. It was just more of like, I understand me, and not necessarily like they don't understand. Not saying they didn't understand me. I think at that moment of time, it wasn't the right time to have that partnership, and that was it.
Yeah, because it was interesting because I was thinking like, yo, the song's really hot. It just needs to go to the next level.
And that was the problem is like,
I think they didn't anticipate how difficult it will be to move it.
They didn't, and also I feel like the belief system was not strong.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, when I came out, yeah. But now they want to be believing in, I see my wrong English. They want to, like, they now believe in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, they did it before because they feel like, it was like a trial. let's just try this thing.
But
man.
it is a thing of like, let's throw it at the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
If it doesn't stick,
No. It was a difficult situation for me as well, because obviously when you go to a major and then you're not with them no more, people think, what's he gonna do now? Or did he get dropped? Nah, it wasn't that situation at all. It was more of like, when I separate ways, it wasn't working. And it was a hard situation for me because obviously I had to now do everything on my own with my team, obviously, and it was hard. But thank God, like, was able to bounce back and keep doing what we're doing.
yeah.
And that was it. Because not a lot of people like carry on doing what they do after such situations.
Oh, yeah, they go missing.
Oh, because, yeah, man.
What is it? Okay, so after you part ways, I'm not saying drop, does it knock your confidence at all? Like, how does that work then? What's the first thing that you think I need to do now?
It doesn't knock your confidence, yeah. For me personally, it didn't. It was more of like, God, we have to go back to square one now. Like, what are we going to do now? Because remember, it's a different situation. Like, things are done differently. So we actually say, you know what? We have to like go back to drawing board and just give people like the Moelogo vibe, man, and just keep doing that independently.
Let's talk about Sometimes I Pray.
Hey.
Let's talk conceptually.
Spiritual.
Yeah, let's go into that. Conceptually, talk us through it, and also tell us about the studio experience in recording that song.
Sometimes I pray, I put in such this spiritual way. Tiggs called me and said, just come through to the studio. He wants to play me some of his songs from his latest EP that he dropped. And was just vibing, was talking about life, was talking about his growth and him smashing shows, like headlining everywhere. And then PTJ came through late, obviously, and he was just playing something. And we were still talking about, just life and how we're grateful, and then that was it. And the melody just came through. Na 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 na. But we didn't have the words then, And then it was just amazing. And Tiggs just came through. He did his magic, and the song means a lot to all of us, because even sometimes I don't pray. It's true, because sometimes I don't pray 5 times a day. I know there's God. Don't get me wrong, but I don't pray 5 times a day. Sometimes I forget that I'm meant to dedicate that time to God, and that's what the song's about. That sometimes I don't pray, and sometimes I may fall down, but God is such an amazing God that it will still be there for me and for you, regardless anyway, and I'm grateful, and that was it.
When you're making that type of song and it means a lot to you, do you even care how it's received? Or
no way, never. I never regret the songs I make. If it's a slow song, then so be it. You know what I mean? Like, I always say this to people, I don't make songs for radio. I don't make songs for specific people. Yeah. I go into the studio, go in there with the mind that I want to make something that's real, that people can listen to, and when they listen to it, they can relate to, regardless if they don't understand the language. And I feel like once you get the feeling right, then anything can happen, So I feel like, man, like, I love what I do, man. I love the role that I play as a musician.
I think it definitely comes out in your music. Like,
yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? Just hearing the way that you sing,
I feel like that's the best thing. You know how beautiful it is when you are performing a song that you get the emotion out, and then and I feel like my songs do that, and a lot of people relate to me because they understand that they can understand themselves through me as well. Like, I may be an artist, but I put myself like, we're the same people. We go for the same thing. Like, we're not different, That's it.
South by Southwest.
Yes, South by Southwest.
Now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was telling Bayo, even not just Bayo, I was telling Bayo and PTJ, like, man, imagine if I get called to do wireless. That was before that, yeah. PTJ was like, man, don't worry, man. Like, don't even think about no awards or anything. Just make the music, and things will pop up. And then when we got the message for South by Southwest, I was like, wow, see God. Oh me, South by Southwest. It's amazing, man. I was just grateful.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then the beginning of the year, BPI came through. You know, like it's things like that just make me.
That's a big deal.
Like, by how many people was it? It's 300 acts. Out of 300 different amazing artists, I get to be part of the people they chose. It was just amazing, like things like that. I'm grateful about those things, because I'm sure there's someone that's way better than me that they could just say, you know what, let's put him there. But obviously the grace of God and the work that we do and how I'm so different in my music. Okay, do you know what? Let's support this sound and let's support this movement. Yeah. And I was grateful for that, man. My thing is that I feel like as an artist, you need to understand what and who you are, and what type of message you want to give to the people, and stick to that. You know, there's millions of everyone doing what they're doing. You have to do what you're doing. It's like you now, if you want to listen to grime or something that is hype, like a hype something, you know where to go. If you want to listen to something that's inspirational, you know where to go. If you want to listen to something that is cultural, you know where to go. So I feel like, yeah, every artist should know what they want to do. Don't just do anything because it's popping and you want to be part of that, because you won't really last, because it's not really heartfelt. Yeah.
So what we're looking at in the near future for you then? What's the next thing that we're going to be expecting from you?
Many people ask me this thing. I always say whatever God wants for me, my job is to work hard and just keep doing what I do. You know, the blessings, the grace of God is what I pray for every time. You know, but more shows. I'm doing my another headline show this year, by the grace of God. More music, more videos. I'm showing my face everywhere this year, man. I feel like they need to see my face. They need to see my ugly face. They must see my face. Last year, I was more onto the music, trying to get the name out there. But I feel like this year, I want to put the face out more and be like, yo, this is Moelogo, this is me. Yeah.
And last two questions. What would you define as your purpose?
My purpose is to use my gift to inspire other people and just be myself. And that's all I want to do. You know, have that energy of hope. Like, you can be whatever you want to be. Not even just music. You know, you can be who you want to be. I know that's from Nas, but yeah, you can be who you want to be regardless of where you're from. You know, if you're from the UK, if you're from Somalia, if you're in Somalia, somewhere you want to do something, you don't need to do it how someone else has done it, because, you know what I'm trying to say, like, be yourself, trust God, trust your team, believe in your craft and believe in yourself. Just keep going. It may take you like 20 years, 5 years, or even a year. Just have faith, man, and keep going, and keep hope alive. And that's my message.
And this is the last question. So, if I was to ask you conceptually, what's the deepest song that you've written that's out there?
Yeah.
What would the song be and
Eazi.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us why.
Because the reason why is because the whole world can relate to it, not just Africans, like even the different people from ethnic backgrounds. And it's just amazing. Even the other day I was with a girl, I just met her, and she's from Bangladesh. And she was singing the song, literally lyric for lyric, like in Yoruba. She was singing it. It's on my Instagram, like, and it just made me understand how powerful I am through God, obviously. Like, it's amazing how I can make something in a bedroom and then someone is singing it. And you don't understand the language, but you understand the feeling, and it helps them. So I feel like Eazi is one of the best songs that, definitely.
Yeah.
I have loads, but that touches me more.
Look, man, this has been an insightful interview, man.
Yeah, man,
thanks. I want to thank you for your time, because like I said,
I'm grateful. I've been trying to get on here for 5 years.
Listen, don't believe this one.
5 years. Bio, can you show them the email? You've been sending emails to you, 5,000 emails.
It's a lie. Nah, I'm appreciative of you coming on, man. Nah,
I'm grateful.
Yeah, one thing again, your vocal talent is not within
question
or doubt. So yeah, Moelogo is definitely one. I would say one to look out for. One to.
No, yes, please. One to look out for. I'm still on the lookout, please. I'm not. Listen, I won't blow. You know, I want to blow. Like, listen, be the one to look. Follow me on my socials, man.
Yeah.
On Twitter, Instagram, Moelogo. On Facebook, Moelogo1. You lot follow the journey, and it's not too late, man. Yeah, man. Let's build something together. Let's show everyone that, you know, hope is alive, man. Definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Moelogo, thank you for your time, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.